In the diagram, O is the center of circle AB, CD, and angle DAB is equal to 67 degrees. Calculate the value of angle DOB. And so let's first figure out what is angle DOB. So let's highlight that angle. So we have DOB, all right? And so they want us to figure out what is the size of this angle right here. And so angle O. And so we know that we were given that the angle at the center is 67 degrees. And our goal is to figure out what is the size of the angle at the, we know that the angle at the circumference is 67 degrees. And our goal is to figure out what is the size of the angle at the center. Again, we know that what is the size of the angle at the circumference, but what is the size of the angle at the center? In order to do this, we're going to use this theorem, and the theorem says that the angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle at the circumference. And so that means that if we know that the size of the angle at the circumference is x, then that means that the size of the angle at the center is going to be 2 times x. In a similar manner, we know that the size of the angle at the circumference is 67 degrees. And so that means that the size of the angle at the center is going to be 2 times 67 degrees. And so we have 2 times 67 degrees, which gives us 134. So that means that the size of this angle is 134 degrees based on this theorem. Okay, next we're going to answer this question, which says calculate the value of angle DCB. So let's highlight that angle. Angle D, right? Angle DC, right? B. Angle DCB. All right, now if we notice carefully, this is the angle that they want us to figure out, angle C, because that's the one in the middle, right? And if you notice that this shape is actually a quadrilateral. Now it's a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides, but it's a cyclic quadrilateral. And the reason why it's a cyclic quadrilateral is because it has all 4 vertices of this quadrilateral lies on the circumference of this circle. All 4 vertices lies on the circumference of this circle. And so if we notice carefully that this angle right here, 67 degrees, is the opposite angle, is the angle that's opposite to this particular angle. And so there's a theorem that we could use that is helpful. And the theorem says that opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral have a total of 180 degrees, which means that if you know that this angle is x, then the angle that is opposite to this angle in a cyclic quadrilateral is going to be equal to 180 minus x, because when we add them, it should give us 180 degrees. And so if we know that this is 67, then in order to figure out what is the size of this angle, we have to subtract with 180. And so we have 180 degrees minus 67, and 180 degrees minus 67 degrees is 113 degrees. And so that means that the size of this angle here, angle DCB, is actually equal to 113 degrees. And that's the answer to this question.